So I'm going to be talking to you about why I see on the interim a stock market pullback, and a deep one as well too, but then why I see the effect of what's happening right now, and we're probably likely to see another economic and just explosion in property in property and stock market. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let me share with you something that I'm seeing right now that's interesting. Let me share also with you 3 different stocks that could possibly be sharing a bit of a top heavy stock that could cause the market to have a bit of a pullback when it comes to that. So that's what I want to share with you guys. Also guys, I'm actually giving away my trading course for free. If you need my help, it actually is for free. There's no catch, no gimmicks. As soon as you go over to johnsfreegift.com, on the very next page, after you register, on the very next page, I'm just going to give you away my whole complete trading course for free. So if you go over there right now guys and grab it, I'm only doing it for a very short period of time, so go grab it right now guys, because you're going to absolutely love this. I think it's like 8 videos, 12 videos long. Go get the help you need, okay? It's for free. And then if you don't get it now, well, I'm going to start charging for it again later, like most of you guys know I've done in the past. So let's get what I'm talking about here. Firstly, let me share something with you, because I think this is quite interesting. Let me actually start with the indices, and then I'm going to start to go look at stocks. Firstly, when I'm looking at the stock market, right? When I'm looking at what's happening right now on the stock market, if I look at the S&P 500, let me bring up the massive picture here, because this is where, like, this could be a warning. A sharp pullback could be just around the corner. And that's why the reason why I'm saying that is, no, it's not clickbait. I actually really do see that. And it generally happens at least once a year. As you know, we generally get a correction of 14, 15% sometimes, you know, sometimes less, sometimes only 10%. But we generally do get some sort of a sharp pullback, and everyone, oh my goodness, it's the top of the market. Let's run for the door. No, you pumpkin, it's okay, all right? 9 times I'm right and 1 time you're wrong. I mean, 9 times the market's gonna hold the 15% or 16%, you know, or maybe even it just goes into a short-term bear market, 20%, and then it's likely to rally back up and make new highs again, especially what's going on right now. So why I say that is, firstly, we have, this is the monthly chart what we're looking at here. Look where we're at right now. I have got my channels, and all I did, or all I've done, should I say, is I have corrected and I've made this line. See how this line here, it's just the exact same line. So I got the low of the charts here, and then I projected up to the middle of the band, and then I just connected it to all I did was just make a high reference point to this prior point here. Now, isn't this also a bit of a side note? Isn't this interesting, guys? People say, charts don't work, John. Really? Really? Look at this here. If you draw a trend line from the start point here, this is a monthly chart, right? Going back to 2007, 6, right? And then we connect this line up, and then we connect this line up. Look where the whole COVID thing stopped, and you know, or should I say the cough, the cough situation. Look where the market stopped right there on major long-term support, and then we ricocheted back up towards the highs. What a coincidence. I think not. And by the way, guys, when you're trading, if you go do that analysis on the long-term charts, you will see this happening all the time. And by the way, you know, a bit of a side note. Let me actually go a bit of a side note here. I did this on Apple, and I actually made a very successful trade on Apple based on this one situation. Look at this weekly chart. Weekly chart, beautiful. Support line here, right? We have support line here, support line here. Look what happened. The Apple came down and bounced and came right down to there. And also we had support here. So guess what I was doing around here? I bought a whole bunch of call options, and I didn't write it all the way out, but I still made a good nice success rate. Anyway, besides the point, guys, I'm just trying to let you know that these long-term support levels do come into play. So go check it out for yourself. Anyway, so looking at the S&P 500, we can see that we're now looking at the weekly charts. Now we can see we're actually at the top of this sort of, let me delete this off the screen here. Right, we're at the top of this screen where we are right now. And we do have a very nice sort of strong trend line coming up from here to there, right? Very, 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 very strong trend line coming up through there. So if we do get some form of a pullback out of the markets, that we're probably likely to see from where it is right now. I could see easily a 12, 13, 14, 15% return, a drop, which may sound scary, but look where the drop is. Remember, if I go back to my monthly charts here, once again, I'm just trying to reference this for you guys now. Remember I said before that I got the support line on the bottom, and then I just created the exact same parallel trend line, the exact same angle, and I connected it, and look what happened here. Notice how we're rejecting here, there's a little bit of touches. If I go back to my weekly charts now, you can see how it's definitely look at this here, rejection through there, rejection, had a bit of support there, rejection, support. So why a sharp pullback, I believe, is just around the corner. I believe that we're likely to start to see some really big upward movement out of that. I think if we do start to see, we're probably likely to see something like this, where the market drops, and then we start to see something like this and breaking back up and seeing an explosion move to the upside. So get ready for that, guys, because this could be an enormous buying opportunity. Now I know what's going to happen. You're going to get these pumpkins in the media start to say, this is the top in the markets. Guys, if you want a 90% success rate, just wait for the market to drop 15 to 20%, buy it, and then hold it for many years. And 90% of the time, do you know 90% of the time, maybe even 80%, I don't know, very high, 80% of the time when you buy on a crash like that, on average, within the next 12 months, it's made a new high. There's your 80% success rate strategy. But then guess what happens? Then probably maybe 10% of the time, maybe 20% of the time, it goes into a bear market. It goes to 20 to 30%. And then guess what happens? And then majority of the time it goes back up again. So anyway, but I digress. I'm just talking about numbers here. So anyway, you can see that that's what I'm seeing right now. Why I see a sharp pullback is just around the corner. Now, if I share something with you, and the reason why I say this as well too is because some of these big stocks that led this big massive move to the upside, stocks like Amazon. If I look at Amazon, stocks like Amazon, look what's happened with Amazon. Amazon right now is in a very big tight triangle pattern, and we could break down and start to see a pullback to the downside. We also could break up as well too, right? But right now, look at Amazon in a triangle pattern. If I show you Microsoft, look at Microsoft's in an ascending triangle pattern. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Say, John, but isn't an ascending triangle pattern bullish for the market? No, wrong. It can be bearish. If we break to the downside, and let me share with you an example. Let me actually show you, you know what? Let me show you two examples of trades that I've done in the past to show you what I mean. Here's one example that I did. Look at this here. Beautiful what? Beautiful ascending triangle pattern. Oh, this is bullish. It's going to break up. It's going to go up. No, wait for the breakout first. Breakout needs to be first, all right, pumpkins? Bumblebees, right? So there was the breakout. Look what happened. Oh my goodness, fell off a cliff, didn't it? So just because we have an ascending triangle pattern doesn't mean it's going to be bullish. We need to wait for a good, strong breakout bar. And as you can see, the big, strong breakout bar was where? Was right here, as you can see. Look at that there. It came a bit of a gap down and then a strong breakdown bar. And it's like, here we go. Right? And away we go. Now, also, if we go, let me show you another example. This one here was a wee bit different. This was actually oil recently. Oh, not recently, actually a few months ago at least. But on the hourly chart, I was watching this, I'm just like, oh man, I love this chart. Anyway, look at this here. Ascending triangle pattern. See? An ascending triangle pattern. Oh, it's bullish, John. It's going to squeeze up and it's going to break to the upside. Here we go. I'm going to get in early. No. Look what happened here. We broke down. We didn't flush down like that other example. Look what happened. But we came back up, tested it, and then we rolled over, and then guess what? And then we started to see this here, which is a boom, 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 right? Which is a bear market. So why I'm sharing that with you, if now I go references back to Microsoft could fall out of this and start to see a move to the downside. Microsoft was one of those big leaders. Apple was one of those big leaders that I just referenced a minute ago with my trade. Actually, that was my trade down the bottom there where my arrow is. Beautiful, right? That was that X marks the spot I mentioned a minute ago. So we're in an ascending triangle pattern. Now, guys, I'm not saying the market's definitely going to go down, but I do see we're due for some sort of a pullback. So I do see some sort of a pullback happening first, and then a buying opportunity for the rest of the year. I truly believe. Anyway, I could be wrong, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Damn it! But looking at this here, look at Apple. Beautiful ascending triangle pattern. We could be breaking to the downside. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. That there's some of these major stocks out there. Even Netflix, right? Netflix is another one as well too. Netflix ascending triangle pattern, beautiful triangle pattern. Guess what? This could be a break to the downside, and we could be getting ready for a sharp pullback. But I believe that sharp pullback is going to freak a lot of people out, get people worried. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be a 15%, maybe a bit more drop in the market. It's going to freak people out. Smart investors are going to see that probably as a big buying opportunity, especially with Biden's new stimulus packages coming out, and what's that going to do to the market? Look what happened last year. When everyone got their massive stimulus package, guess what happened? Oh, here we go, right? They bought stocks. If you do the same thing, do you expect the same result? Yeah, right? So then what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen in 2021 when everyone starts to get their massive stimulus package again? What happens when that starts to get passed? Oh my goodness. It's going to see a crazy move. But I do see on the short term, drop first, and then watch. Stimulus package starts to come out, and then stocks are going to just, like, you think stocks are overvalued right now. We haven't seen nothing yet.